This is a spine at the Bone Museum presumed to have idiopathic scoliosis. But what is it? Let's talk about it. Scoliosis is an abnormal sideways curvature of the spine. It is also the most common spine condition affecting about 2 to 3% of the general population. Now, there are multiple different types of scoliosis. Neuromuscular scoliosis results from a muscle or nerve condition such as cerebral palsy or muscular dystrophy. Degenerative scoliosis usually affects people over 50 due to natural wear and tear on the spine from age. Pause. If you're still watching, that means you obviously like bones, so make sure to follow. Congenital scoliosis means that the curvature developed during fetal development. And idiopathic scoliosis just means that the curvature happened with no known cause. Idiopathic scoliosis is the most common type of scoliosis, making up 80 to 90% of all scoliosis cases. Now, idiopathic and congenital scoliosis can present very similarly, so how do we know the difference? A common feature of congenital scoliosis is a hemivertebrae, which is a vertebrae that's just not fused correctly and thus causes a curvature. Congenital scoliosis is a result of incorrect vertebral development and also failure of segmentation during fetal development. And if we look at all of the vertebrae, there's no hemivertebrae present. In idiopathic scoliosis, all of the vertebrae are formed correctly, and then later down in the individual's life, they will form a curve. Most commonly in congenital scoliosis, there would be no disc space preserved, but in this case, we can see where the disc would have been. Now, there are multiple reasons why there would be a fusion with the idiopathic scoliosis. One of them could be Wolff's Law. Wolff's Law states that if a bone is put under enough pressure for a prolonged period of time, it will eventually remodel and reshape to that stress. If this person had it since they were a child, then the constant pressure would most likely cause the bones to eventually fuse together. And the amount of arthritic buildup around the curvature and the ribcage points to being juvenile. So this person most likely had it since they were a kid. Now, scoliosis this severe would put a lot of pressure on the internal organs and the lungs, most likely causing respiratory issues. Typically for cases like this, the only way to fix the curvature would be with a very, very intense surgery called a spinal fusion. The surgery would involve titanium rods being placed along the spine and then drilled into the vertebrae. The ribs would also need to be cut and reset in place as well. Scoliosis affects millions of people worldwide. In the United States alone, 3 million people are diagnosed every year. Pieces like this are important for the general public to be able to better visualize the effect of the condition on the skeleton. If you have scoliosis, we would love to hear about your journey in the comments. And if you found this video interesting, make sure to follow for more.